I want to set the scene. John has just settled down with a plate, and the only thing on it, ham.
Yeah, well, I was hoping for bacon or sausage, but I'll take any form of swine in the morning.
But it's not just a slice. It was like
Thick.
7 slices of
A
thick cut
stack.
ham.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're not going to come back with just one.
And then he's got some salt to
Well,
dip
I mean,
it
I
in.
think most people would come back with a plate of assorted food.
Well,
Some
I needed
eggs,
a well-balanced
ham.
meal.
Yes.
Not John.
I needed finger food, and
So
so
you
this
went with
is
the ham, I get it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Slices of ham.
Trust me, they are at a disservice here, or they're at a loss here because I have the ability to. We're parked right outside of the buffet for 4 hours. I win.
Your questions are construction season, girlfriend's mom, and auto mechanic advice. You can send them in every week, dearjohnjansen@gmail.com. We also have a last-minute submission via ticket text, and I actually want to start with that one.
Okay.
Dear John, a few years back, I started a new job that paid me millions and made me famous. The city I worked in supported me, even when I performed poorly. I threw it all away to keep my street cred. Was that smart? Signed, Terry.
Terry. I mean, no, not smart at all. Now you just have to pray and hope for leniency.
All right, your first question. Construction season. Dear John, I have a neighbor who's been at their house for just over a year, and for 7 months, they've been doing nonstop construction and work on the home. I have no idea what they could possibly be doing at this point. The construction is Monday through Saturday, starting at 8 a.m. and sometimes even earlier. Not only is the construction loud, but the workers are loud. They're yelling, singing, playing music. If you ask them to be quieter, they'll retaliate and get louder. Their vans block the roads when people are trying to get to work. It's annoying. Anyway, a few days ago, the neighbor asked me why there's so much tension between her and the surrounding homes. And I might have been cruel, but I looked at her and said, you had loud construction work at your house every day for 7 months. People are sick of it. She looked genuinely upset. Her husband confronted me and said I was being a DB because, of course, that S is loud. It's construction. We went to the city and said as long as it's between 8 a.m. and 6, we can't file a complaint. What do we do now?
I mean, you got to. There's really not much you can do. Maybe have a conversation with them and just say, "Hey, we understand the construction side of things are going to be loud. We don't. It's not our business. We don't need to know what's going on. Obviously, you're doing construction, but maybe it's the construction workers. Can you have a conversation with them just about, hey, if you're going to start even before 8, now obviously you have some recourse at that point,
right?
But just the loud conversation. I don't know how loud the conversation. Are they shouting back and forth to each other?
I have no idea. There's a house right across from me that's been under construction for a long time. They had massive water damage. They're redoing They're doing an addition, and it. I mean, sometimes, sure, it's loud. There are a lot of trucks in our court. Like, it is what it is. Like, maybe talk to them and ask, like, hey, when's the end? Like, give us some dates so they can have an idea of when there's
when's
an end
the
in sight.
projected finish?
Yeah, so that they can, like, look at that and
Yeah.
say, like, okay, just a few more months and it should all be over and it's going to be okay.
Yeah,
Well, then we put the pool in.
That's true.
Right, yeah. Or have the conversation about, hey, you're blocking the road. Well, I
Right.
can't get out. Like
Yeah.
now that does become an issue, and it's a bigger issue not just for that, but if there's an emergency vehicle's got to get in. Like you've got to have a clear path to be able to pass. So that may be something. And if they're not going to do anything about it, that's when you maybe you call the police and just say, hey, I can't even get out of my house now.
Right. Well, the other thing you could do is you could start trying to hold some of those spots on the street with your car.
Oh, geez. No, don't do that. Don't try to retaliate.
You're just going to incite
No, you're reserving the spot in front of your home with your car. That's my spot.
I know. I get
You
what
can
you're
park.
saying,
You can
but-
park. It's not. But you claim it
Yeah.
as your spot because they're claiming it otherwise.
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
think you're just making them be a house down to give you some breathing room.
I mean, I
You
feel
just
like
want to
it's
lay down
petty.
and let them walk all over you.
No, that's not it. It's you really would you like to do something? Sure. But there's not much recourse that you have, and you got to let time run its course, and hopefully it'll be done soon.
And it's tough because you can't go back. They've already had this conflict with them.
Right.
You played your cards. They know. Anyway.
Yeah.
Next one.
All right. Dear John, I'm 22 years old, and I've been with my girlfriend almost 3 years.
Okay.
She's great to me, and I see a real future for us. The only problem is I feel like I'm almost parenting her, as her mom never criticizes her for anything. For context, she slid out into a median in her car going 80 miles per hour while it was snowing. And while I was concerned for her well-being, I criticized her for driving carelessly, while all her mom had to say was that she could get the car fixed. So I feel like I'm resented for not blindly always taking her side. And if I bring up her mother, I don't think she's going to take that very well. What should I do?
The future mother-in-law. Well, you got to take a big look at the picture. And if this is your future life, I mean, maybe you just need to make a decision. And it might be time to cut bait.
Oh, wow.
Oh, boy.
It's so you've got to be able to have these discussions. Like, hey, I care for you. I love you. I don't want you to die. So maybe slow down.
Right.
Or let's not stop acting so recklessly. And if she just if she can't handle, that's not criticism. It's just it's really more about how you present it.
I was going to say, we don't know how this is being communicated because it's bigger than just this. Be safe. He says he feels like he has to parent her.
Yeah, you don't want to feel like a parent in a relationship.
They don't want to be someone's mom or their dad. Yeah.
No. And, I mean, so then, again, here's how you look at it, too. Like, if that's her mom, like, she's going to become that. And so if you end up having kids, do you want her to always just be, hey, everything's going to be all right, everything's all rosy?
Right.
Yeah,
my daughter's always
again,
right. Yeah.
Like, okay, what are you going to then produce? Like, because you look at, if you're in that role where you're the boyfriend or possibly husband, you got to look at the mother-in-law and say, is that the person when my wife or girlfriend is that age that I want to be married to?
I'm breaking this down even more. So it's the parenting her that he's upset with, but also the line about feeling resented. That might be the worst part of it. It's one thing if you go, fine, I accept it. I'm going to have to hold your hand.
Yeah.
You can be clumsy or whatever.
I accept you for all your flaws.
All your flaws.
Yeah.
I've been with you long enough. But you don't want to feel resented for communicating.
No, because that resentment is
that's
then
the biggest
gonna,
issue.
Yeah, it'll fester and
Yeah.
no good can come of that.
We're going to have to take a hard look in the mirror on that one. Mm-hmm. Last one's auto mechanic advice. Guy's got a classic car, John.
Oh,
and he says, well, he didn't leave that detail. He says, I've taken it to a few shops, and I've been taking it to one shop most recently for several years. They've earned my trust time and time again. That's a huge win. It says, I was detailing her up after my latest visit, and I noticed some curb rash on one of the rims. As I'm the only driver, I'm confident it happened while under their care. I don't know how to bring it up or whether I should say anything at all. I can't do anything about what's already happened. I don't want it to happen again, and I also don't want to bankrupt our working relationship over something that can't be repaired. Any advice would be appreciated.
Well, that's a tough one because it gets to the trust. Like, is it starting to whittle away at the trust of, did somebody take this out for a ride? Did they take it out for a test drive?
Right.
Because they were working on it and they had to check something. I mean, that's very typical. But then, did one of them hit a curb and they didn't want to say anything about it? I would just bring it up and say, hey, have you noticed this? And is there anything we can do about this? And I don't know. If you don't want to ruin the relationship, you can't make the accusation and say, well, you did this. How do you fix it? Because
if you had seen it right away,
right,
then you could have said, hey, I don't want to make this a big deal. But
yeah.
Now if you come back 2-3 visits later and you're pointing fingers, you probably just got to let it go, right?
Yeah, at that point, yeah. If you didn't notice it right away and now you're going to try and come back after it's been there 2 or 3 different times, because they could say, well, hey, it didn't happen on our watch. And if you never hit a curb, it gets back to how much do you trust this garage at that point?
If they're doing good work and you're spending good money and you don't have proof they did it,
then you're just going to have to eat it.
I think you have to.
It's unfortunate, but it does. And so many of these topics that we have all come down to the ability to communicate.
All of them.
Right.
I would bring it up.
You would?
Yeah, in a kind way. I mean, I would even just say, hey, I noticed this. Is there anything that can be done to fix it? And I want to make sure something like this doesn't happen in the future. And you're not blaming them. You're just saying, who knows how it happened, but you want to make sure that the car is, taken care of. I would say something.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's in the perfect world, you're able to do that. And you would know them best. If they are a little sensitive about their work, which, a lot of mechanics can be. And it's not that they're sensitive individuals, but they're very prideful in their work and how they handle their business.
Yeah, if it's someone who's naturally defensive,
you
got to be very careful about it. That's Dear John. Send him in, DearJohnJansen@gmail.com. That's John spelled Jon. He would say the right way.
The right way, the correct way.
DearJohnJansen@gmail.com.
Back to my ham.
Back to your ham. And back to these huge stories. We've been hitting on Terrion Arnold, but we got to get into beef stew. How do Pistons fans feel? This was a fan favorite, and they get second-round picks. A bigger move has to be coming. Wait till we tell you the names being brought up by some of these NBA insiders. The Pistons could be the story of the offseason. It's next, 97.1.